This is Rita Dairit and this is Buhay Parang Life, where we discuss issues about this thing called life. Thank you, my dear viewers, for tuning into this episode. I invite you to please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. Buhay Parang Life is part of FaithWatch TV, and I ask you to download the FaithWatch app on your mobile device. We read and value your comments, so please feel free to write down your comments and suggestions below. Our guest today is a daughter, a sister, a friend, so you guess it right, a beautiful young lady. She serves also in the Light of Jesus family in the Bay Area. She has a very touching story. Please welcome to Buhay Parang Life, Miss Gila Alhambra. Hello, Gila.
Hi, Tita Rita. Good afternoon po. Magandang araw.
Thank you, Gila, for your openness to share your story. Naku, siguro yung mga viewers natin, bakit openness, openness? Okay, tell us about yourself first, Gila. Nung kabataan mo, while you were growing up.
Yeah. So, just like the usual bata po, very joyful when I was young. Ako po yung batang pinapasali sa mga pageant, sa mga Miss United Nations.
Ano mga sinalihan mo?
When I was young po kasi, very bibo talaga ako. Like,
Talaga mo pa rin hanggang ngayon.
I joined po mga United Nations nung elementary ako. I joined din mga television po, mga like Star
Talaga?
Circle, Kid Quest. I like nag-artista talaga ako when I was young. Talagang I like to be in front of the camera. I would
Wow, wow. Yung ba yung sa Itbulaga, yung mga little princess, ganun ba yun? May ganun
Opo,
ba?
nag-start actually sa MTV, Muntiang Miss You. Then, moved to Eat Bulaga, Little Miss Philippines. Kung ano
Wow.
yung pwedeng salihan,
So ano ang
talagang.
Tumama, Gina? Ano ang mga titles na nakuha mo?
Oh, well, nung bata po ako, nag-runner up po ako sa mga, like sa Little Miss Itbulaga, nag-runner up po ako. Hanggang nadala ko
Realistic
din,
talaga.
opo, nadala ko din po siya sa school. Then I started joining mga school pageants, ganyan, muse. Hanggang sa I won po the title of Binibining Turismo in our city, which is Malabon.
Oh, binibining turismo ka ng Malabon. Wow. Okay, so in all those things that, yung mga sinasalihan mo, pageantry pala ang inyong life, no, Gila, nung kabataan mo. Was it on your own initiative or napipinipilit ng parents? Or what did you feel?
I really like po talaga joining mga pageants, like showing my talents, ganyan. Gustong-gusto ko. Sobrang na-enjoy ko.
Okay, so pag talent portion, anong pinapakita mo?
Singing po, acting, dancing, very, very bibong bata po talaga. Like,
Ano naman
nagre-recital din
talaga?
ako.
So with your sharing, Gila, parang you're saying it was a happy, happy childhood. Uh, but we have a but. Tell our viewers about it.
Opo. So, behind those joyful moments, behind those confident Jilla na umaakit sa stage, I have this inner battle within me na I have this shame. So, akala nila I'm so confident, ganyan, I can talk to anyone. Pero pag ako na lang yung mag-isa, I cannot handle myself na I'm just alone. I don't like myself, I don't love myself, I don't feel like I'm worthy, I don't feel like I deserve everything that I have. So, binabatter ko po yung sarili ko.
Saan nanggagaling yung ganyan mo, yung self-pitying mo?
So, when I was 8 po, I was molested. I was molested in one of the events that I have joined. Before I go out of the stage, I could not forget that moment. Before I go out of the stage, kasi yung song na kakantahin ko, very lively. So, kung familiar po kayo sa kanta, nadadaanin ko na lang sa kanta. So, sobrang masayang kanta yon na nung rehearsal pa lang, kitang-kita
Parang
nila.
hindi ko yata generation yung kantang yun na. O sige, dadaanin ko na lang sa kanta. Yun yung kakantahin mo.
Yes, sobrang saya po talaga ng kanta na yon. Pero then nagulat ang lahat, even my parents. Bakit ganun? Paglabas mo ng stage, biglang ang lungkot ko, ang bigat. So, hindi ko po alam yon na ganun pala yon. Na because at the backstage, something happened
Anong
with one
sinabi,
of them. Mhm.
anong sinabi mo sa parents mo with, anong reply mo sa question nila na bakit ang lungkot mo nung lumabas ka ng stage?
Wala po akong sinabi. So, as a child po kasi, pag ganun po pala yun, pagka merong nangyari sa'yo, like abuse, sisisiin mo yung sarili mo, you tend not to share it. Kikimkimin mo siya. So,
So, yung sa, in your very tender age of 8, sinisi mo yung sarili mo? What were you telling yourself?
at that time po, wala talaga akong sinabi ko lang sa sarili ko na bakit ganun, hindi mo ginalingan, wala ka talaga, hindi ka magaling, hindi mo deserve yan.
Uh,
Hindi ka dapat nag-artista or hindi ka dapat sumasali sa mga ganyan. Actually po at that time, tita, hindi ko din talaga alam na it was molestation. I just discovered that 2022, last year.
say, okay, how did that happen na na-discover mo lang na it was a molestation, as a sexual abuse? Hindi mo kasi na-identify noon. At
Yes.
nare-recall mo ba nung at that age, kung ano ba yun, yung nangyari sa'yo?
Opo, when I was 8, sobrang nare-recall ko. And hindi lang kasi siya isang beses, pero maraming beses siyang nangyari. Hindi lang siya sa isang tao, maraming instances siya nangyari. Like, for example, with my childhood friend, it happened. Yung dad ng best friend ko, it happened again. Someone from inside the compound, it happened again. Na-discover ko siya last year, October of 2022, because in the community that I belong, which is the Feast, we have formation na umattend po ako sa mga formation and there was this program na may mga activities doon. And doon sa activity na yon, I had a different kind of reaction. So all this time, akala ko yung mga nangyari sa akin ng bata ako tita was just normal. Nadala ko siya until adulthood na I thought like doing the deed is just normal kasi nga ginawa ko siya and nangyari siya sa akin ng bata ako and it was not processed. So yun nga pa within that event, because my reaction was different of all the attendees, it led me to meeting two life coaches who journeyed with me to discover bakit kaya ganun yung naging reaction ko in that event. Then
Ano
we
ang
had
kasagutan
sessions.
doon? Oo. Ano
Po.
ang kasagutan doon sa your different reaction? Or doon ba na-discover yung yung impact ng sexual abuse sa buhay mo?
Yes. So, because of that program nga po, doon nalaman na may trauma pala ako. I have this deep trauma within me. Kaya pala, every time I could not look at myself in front of the mirror, parang kaya ko makipag-usap, ganyan. I can be joyful in front. Pero pag ako na lang, I don't like looking at myself in front of the mirror. Di ko tanggap kung ano ako. I'm not authentic.
How old are you now?
Right now po, I'm 27 years old.
Have you been in a relationship, a normal boy-girl relationship, or are you in a relationship right now?
Right now po, I'm single. I'm enjoying my singlehood.
Pero nung nagka-boyfriend ka na,
Yes po. So, nag-start ako to enter relationship when I was 12. Because my dad died when I was 12. So, dahil nga po, because of my past experiences, I was really looking for love from different places. So, nagkaroon ako noon ng thinking na, baka pagka pumasok ako sa relationship, baka makuha ko yung love na yun. So at a young age of 12, I started entering relationship hanggang sa tuloy-tuloy po yun, coming in and out. Then I had this one relationship na doon ko yung na-experience yung first time na we did the deed. So we did the sin. Pero I was 17 eh. So wala talaga akong idea. Kung ano lang yung sabihin niya, ginagawa ko lang. Kasi nga hindi ko na-process yung nangyari sa akin nung bata ako. So ang nangyari sa akin, sunod lang ako ng sunod. Kung ano lang yung sabihin sa akin, gagawin ko. Up until such time, ganun po. Whenever I enter relationship, premarital sex was really normal. But one thing is for sure, every time I do the deed, laging masama yung pakiramdam ko or mabigat yung loob ko. Na
Did you
it
share
felt
that
wrong.
with the boyfriend? Would you share that with your boyfriend na parang mabigat?
Opo, I would share that to them. Pero for them, parang wala lang.
Wala lang. So when did the healing journey start?
So the healing journey, like what I mentioned, no, medyo baliktad nga po. Nalaman ko siya recently lang.
Correct. Okay.
The healing journey really started year 2020.
Mm-hmm.
During pandemic po, I was in a relationship, a long distance relationship with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos within that relationship, I really saw myself na ay ang toxic ko na hinahanap.
Bakit mo nasabi yung ang toxic mo na?
Kasi po, I am imposing na ito dapat yung gawin mo, dapat sundin mo ako kung anong sabihin ko. And talagang yung happiness ko, tita, every time na I'm in a relationship, lahat yung happiness ko, dun ko talaga kinukuha sa tao na yun. Kasi nga, I myself, I'm not happy within me. I cannot accept myself. So I really am seeking for validation.
Yeah. And you sought that from men.
Yes.
Hindi mo naisip yet to seek it from family or from, friends your age, teachers, counselors. Hindi ka ba nagpa-counselor nung high school?
Hindi po. Kasi nga po, outside nga po, para externally, okay talaga. Hindi mo may isip na, ay, itong batang may hindi kasi, my personality talaga is very bibo, laging nakasmile.
Hindi halata, no? Hindi halata yung brokenness inside.
Yeah.
So, when do you think na nagbago na yon? Na nagbago na parang hindi mo na sinisisi yung sarili mo? Kailan ang tingin mo parang okay na ako napatawad mo na ba yung mga molesters mo?
Honestly nga, tita, nung tinanong ako, have you forgiven them? Sabi ko, wala talaga akong daladalang kahit na anong galit in my heart.
Di, akala mo, because you think it was a natural thing to happen, wala kang pinagsabihang adult na, or kabarkada na, uy, ano ba sa'yo to?
Wala po talaga. As in, wala, tita. Wala talaga kasi nga, tinatago ko lang lahat.
Tinatago mo lang lahat.
So,
But,
I have this persona na, okay ako, ganyan. Sige, tara, let's go.
pero
Pero,
hindi ka nakawala dun sa activity nyo sa feast, no? Parang dun lumabas. And they had to give someone, a person that can journey with you.
yeah, exact.
So, anong nangyari nung journey na yon? Paano na ilabas unti-unti na may galit pala, may lack of confidence pala.
Hmm. So, at that moment po kasi, since violent nga yung reaction ko, that activity. So, tinanong nila ako, kasi I kept on saying na, I cannot tell this to anyone, ganyan, kasi sa akin lang to, sa akin lang to.
Mm-mm.
Then tinanong nila ako, ano yung current ko na issue. So, when I was young din po kasi, so within the family, hindi din ganun ka-open. So, hindi po talaga open yung relationship namin with my mom. So, tinanong nila, how's your relationship with your mom? Then, sinabi ko po yung totoo na, ayun, we're not okay kasi hindi nga alam ng mommy ko yung nangyari sa akin ng bata ako. So, I used to work on board the ship pala, tita, just so may context, may clue. So, I
Oh,
used to work
sorry.
on board the ship po.
Oh, you were in the ship. So you
Yeah.
sailed. Anong trabaho mo doon?
As a front desk agent po, so ako po yung nagwe-welcome pag may mga problem. Ako yung nag-help out sa kanila. So for my mom, parang, sige, tuloy mo, work ka ulit sa barko, ganyan. Bakit ayaw mo na mag-work sa barko? Then my reason talaga is, at first, ayokong malayo sa community. Kasi in the community, the Feast Bay Area, doon ko na feel na accepted ako. Doon ko na feel yung love. Doon ko na feel na hindi ako judged. Kasi nga, even our founder, Brother Bo, he always shares to us na this place is for sinners. So, parang hindi ko pa nga po naiintindihan na sinner ako. Gusto ko lang na, ay, gusto ko umattend dito. Dito ko na-feel na accepted ako. Okay lang kahit ano ako. So, yun yung reason ko talaga, tita, why I don't want to go on board the ship anymore. Kasi I want to stay nga close within the community. Kasi I know how it feels like eh. Kasi nga, di ba po, you're the average of 5 people you spend most of your time with. Eh there, wala naman yung community doon. So, hindi ko masabi yung totoong reason sa mom ko na ang totoong reason talaga is because I don't wanna go back there. Kasi for me, it's a trigger.
It's a trigger. Nati-trigger.
Opo, natitrigger kasi nga po malungkot, ganyan. And may freedom. So, walang
Freedom,
guide.
therefore may temptation eh, di ba?
Exactly po. Opo, the temptation really is, kahit saan naman po, pero for me, na may experience na ganito before, talagang malakas yung temptation sa akin. Then, tinanong po ako nung coach ko na, have you forgiven yourself?
Have you forgiven yourself?
So that question really gave me a big impact. So sabi ko, ha? Kailangan po ba yun? So as you can see po, no, talagang walang self-worth. Talagang, hala, kailangan ko bang patawarin yung sarili ko? Kasi ako nga po, hindi po ako nagtatanim ng sama ng loob sa kahit na sino. Tapos, dapat ako din, patawarin ko yung sarili ko. So, ganun ka laki yung impact ng abuse na wala na talagang self-worth. Na kahit ano lang yung paggawa sa akin, gagawin ko. Kasi nga, wala akong self-worth. I'm just here to please people.
Can you share with us the process of forgiving yourself? Ano yung mga ginawa mo, naisip mo, paano mo prinoses lahat?
So, at that time po, hindi ko din talaga maintindihan kung paano siya gawin. So, what I really did was I prayed to Our Lady, to our Mama Mary. I remembered me begging talaga, tita, kasi after the first session, yun yung assignment eh, forgive yourself.
Okay.
Kasi sabi ko, paano ba yun? Eh, okay naman ako eh. I love, parang, I take care of myself, I buy what I want to buy, I eat what I want to eat, parang I go out alone. Pero anong forgive? So when I prayed the rosary, kasi yung day na yun, tita, sobrang desperate na ako kasi nga mag-meet na kami nung life coach ko, si Coach Edwin Soriano. Kailangan, may sagot na ako.
Kailangan may sabihin ka na.
Opo, kailangan,
Share
ano
ka.
na yung insights ko. Kasi sabi niya, pray about it. Ito sabi ko, naging busy ako that week. Kasi nga, ang tendency ko pala, tita, ano lang, takpan lang.
Takpan. Takpan.
Oo, band-aid mo lang yan. Hanggang sa lumalim na pala siya ng lumalim. So sabi ko, I started praying the rosary. I could not forget that it was sorrowful mystery. Sobrang nagmamakaawa ako kada mystery. And the agony of the garden pa lang, talagang sabi ko, Mother, I really cannot understand bakit ko kailangan patawarin yung sarili ko. Every mystery, sobrang dinamdam ko, iyak ako ng iyak. Until the fifth sorrowful mystery, which was the crucifixion, when Jesus died. At that moment, tita, all of a sudden, my mind nag-clear. Then I had visions. And yung mga visions na yon, nag-start when I was 8, ito yung nangyari sa'yo. When you were 9, ito yung nangyari sa'yo with your childhood friend. Yan yung ginawa niya sa'yo. So, sunod-sunod. Parang tita, kunyari, yung sine. Di ba po yung lumang sine na may nagpa-flash?
Correct.
Slideshow.
And because you were pleading to the Blessed Mother, we can safely say, no, that it was the Blessed Mother who led you to that place, no, of rediscovering, of going back. So what was the, if I may ask, the topmost thing that you had to forgive yourself for? Ano yung, oh, I forgive myself for what? Kasi di ba, you forgive something for something. So nung when you were in the forgiveness prayer, forgiving yourself, ano yung topmost na pinatawad mo sa sarili mo?
That time po, sabi ko nun, siguro nag-start muna siya sa word na acceptance. Tinanggap ko muna yung nangyari. Kasi hindi ko nga po alam na na-abuse ako nung bata ako eh. Because of that moment lang, nung nag-flash siya sa mind ko nun, hanggang 22 years old ako kasi yun yung last relationship ko po that time. Sinabi ko yun sa coach ko, kay Coach Edwin Soriano. Tapos, for him, it was an affirmation and a help from the Blessed Mother nga na the activity we were about to do was correct. Kasi yung activity we were about to do was going back to the life of Gilas for her to know saan niya dapat patawarin yung sarili niya.
Yes.
And it was first accepting nga na hala, molestation pala yun. Kasi hindi ko nga po alam, tita, na I had to accept that first na yun yung nangyari sa akin nung bata ako.
Was it difficult to accept
To be
that?
honest, tita, for me, nung una, hindi siya naging mahirap. Bakit? Kasi bago lahat to nangyari, tita, year 2020, I really vowed myself na to focus on having a relationship with God. Na hindi ko pa naalam na may mangyayaring ganito.
Kumbaga may backbone na. Meron na,
Exactly.
yeah, medyo solid na because you were already, with God.
Opo. Na sabi ko nun, sige Lord. Kasi nga tita, 12 years in and out relationship, tapos puro premarital sex. Then, sabi ko nung time na yun, sige, God. Kasi nung time po na yun, talagang si God, pinupursue na talaga niya ako. Pinapakita na niya yung light ng second virginity na hindi ko tinatanggap. Na parang, no, there's no such thing. Ganyan, I'm dirty as I am. Ganon, ganon. Pero siya, si God kasi, He will keep on pursuing you. Hindi ka niya pipilitin. But when you're ready, at that time, December of 2020, I was so ready. I told Him, I broke up with my ex. Sabi ko, God, ikaw na yung unahin ko. I will put you first now. Ang term ko pa nga, tita, ikaw na ang boyfriend ko, Jesus. Kasi nga, wala akong ibang alam eh. Kung hindi, pumasok sa relationship. So sabi ko, paano ako papasok sa relationship? Eh, Jesus, I don't see him. Pero sabi ko, pero marunong ako kasi I know how to, alam mo yun, alam ko kung, I know, I love entering relationship. I know we're meant to have relationship. So kung ano yung ginagawa ko lang dati sa mga ex ko, ganun yung ginagawa ko na every morning, I say, good morning, Jesus. What I do, I'm cooking right now. Sana masarap yung niluluto ko. And I really start spending time with him every single day until that moment happened nga 2022 of October na parang ganito yan tita eh. Oh, you have a relationship with me, inuna mo na ako, and God really is a transformational God. Slowly He gave light dun sa mga wounds na meron ako. So parang sabi ko nun, wow, buti na lang talaga I said yes to you. Tapos, dun mo ni-reveal na, oh, meron ka pang deepest trauma na kailangan kong hugutin.
Yeah,
In
para
order for
makampleto
you.
yung healing.
Exactly. So, pabaliktad, di ba, tita? Kapag inisip
Medyo
ko,
baliktad, pero God's ways are not
I
man's ways.
know. I know.
Okay, so what is it like being pursuing purity and chastity now. So, ito yung tinatawag na second virginity, no? Narinig ko na yan I think kay Chris Evert yata. One of the talks on the theology of the body, on chastity, that if you are no longer a virgin, you can still pursue second virginity. So how is it like, pursuing purity and chastity now?
Honestly, tita, it's really not easy. Lalo na based on my experience na it was like a way of life for me. But I can really share na there's really nothing impossible with God. When I was still on board the ship, tita, meron ng mga pahaging sa akin si Lord na paminsan, when I'm alone, I try to search second virginity. Hindi ko rin alam kung saan galing yun. Pero may mga ganong grace si Lord na, it's possible. It's really possible. Year 2021, I read this book. Within nga po journey of, sige Lord, I wanna have a relationship with you. And He will really lead you to people. He will lead you to books that He wants you to read. Kasi God speaks through the word itself, of course, through the Bible. He also speaks through people, through events. And for me, I read this book entitled Why Is My Forever Taking Forever by Marian Mencias. And she explained there na there is such thing as second virginity. She quoted a Bible verse, Isaiah 1:18 to 19 na, though your sins are like scarlet, I will make them as white as snow. So nung nabasa ko yun, sabi ko, talaga? Totoo?
Talaga ba?
Sabi ko, totoo po ba? And then he kept on leading me to people na ganun din yung story. Like witnesses. Like Brother Bo Sanchez, he used to have an addiction. He always shares to us right now, he's a walking miracle. So, God gave me hope talaga na, yes, it's possible. It's possible. So, yun, tita, it's really not easy. It's by the grace of the Lord na I am really pursuing second virginity. Kumbaga, I already am a second virgin. Now, it's the purity and chastity. Paano mo siya isustain? It's really by walking with Him closely. Within that relationship na I will not do it because I love you. And I love what you love. Kasi 'di ba pag mahal mo ang tao, ayaw mo siyang masaktan. And God does not want us to enter premarital sin mainly because gusto niya we remain holy. Kasi nga we were created in the image and likeness of God. So gusto din niya na we do that deed within the context of marriage kasi that's how He made it. So every time, lagi ko lang nire-remind yung sarili ko na I love God. So I will follow Him. And talagang humility din, tita, na, God, I cannot do this. Kasi struggle ko din pa din siya hanggang ngayon, tita. I will be very honest. It's still my struggle up until now. And nakakayanan ko siya only by His grace. Kumbaga, this is my weakness. So, di ba sabi nga po, when you're weak, then you're strong. Kasi in your weakness, siya yung nag-reign.
Do you believe you are a walking miracle?
I believe I'm a walking miracle. Na kung ano po yung nakikita nyo ngayon, ito na din yung nagre-reflect on the inside. Right now, like I always share nga po I was a shameful girl. But now, I'm a joyful woman. And it's all because of the grace of the Lord.
Amen. Faith Watch TV has 247,000 subscribers. I can imagine a lot of young women will be watching this, a lot of mothers too that has young daughters. What is your message to them about purity and chastity? And about, second virginity even, kasi very rampant yan, di ba, yung premarital sex.
To all young women listening, I want to share with you God loves you so much. And if you've already experienced it, there is such thing as second virginity. I want you to understand what you're going through right now. Kaya ka nagsisin, kaya tayo lahat nagsisin, it's because we are looking or we are longing for something good. It's just that hinanap or nakuha natin siya sa maling lugar. Only if we will redirect that longing to God, then He will straighten things up. The short-term pleasure that we get from the desires of our flesh, saglit lang siya. It's not worth it. Or if you will redirect that desire towards God, it's so worth it. It will radiate on the inside and on the outside. And not only that, choosing to be a virgin or to be a second virgin, it's not just for you, but it's for your future generation. It's you loving your future spouse and your future kids. And they deserve the best. Pero first and foremost, you deserve the best. Just open your heart to God. We have a sacrament called confession. And in that cubicle, it will give you so much grace na lahat pwede mong sabihin in that box. It's Jesus inside that cubicle waiting for you. And I want to share with you, once you have confessed that with a repentant heart, paglabas mo ng confession box, you're a new person. Because in Christ, there's a new creation.
Thank you. Very, very well said, Gila. Thank you so much for your courage in sharing your story publicly. And I know that many women, even men, young men and women will be enlightened and inspired by your story. Remember, to all of you watching here, especially the single men and women, you are worth the wait. Thank you so much for watching this. This is Rita Diary reminding you today, haba-habaan po ang pasensya sapagkat ang buhay parang life.